Okay, we're going to do section 2.3, number 13. Excuse me. So, a farmer with large land holdings has historically grown a wide variety of crops. The price of ethanol fuel is rising. He decides he would be prudent to devote more and more of his acreage to producing corn. As he grows more and more corn, he learns efficiency that increase his yield per acre. In the present year, he used 7,000 acres. And he's going to increase this. So this is the number of acres, and there's going to be a change in the acreage. And the land right now has a yield that's 170 bushels per acre. And he's probably going to change the yield. He plans to increase the acres devoted to 600 acres per year. So that's a change in 600 acres per year. And the yield, he's expecting to be able to produce 8 additional bushels per acre per year. So this is how many bushels per acre, and this is going to be bushels per acre increase per year. So this is the rate of increase in the bushels per acre, and this is the rate, acres per time, the increase in the number of acres. So the rate of increase and the rate of increase are the changes, and this is how much there is currently. So if the present year is 0 and A of t, so they wanted us to call this capital A of t. I'm going to just leave it little a of t. And y of t for that. C of t is going to be, which C of t is the total number of bushels of corn the farm produces. Well, that's going to be the number of acres. I'll write it with a capital A of t times the yield per acre at that time. So that would be a formula for C of t. And C of 0, well, it's going to be the acres at 0 and the yield at 0. So it's going to be 7,000 times, this is off the page there. Dang. Keep getting off the page. Times bushels per acre, 170 bushels per acre. And this was the number of acres. So acres cancel, and we get 70 times this would be 490, 0, 0, 0, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros and 49. Yes, bushels. Okay. So that's the value of C0. Now, what's the derivative? Well, this is a product. So C prime of t is the derivative of the first times the second plus the derivative of the second times the first. Now let's make some sense out of this. So the change in how much I'm going to get is going to depend on how many more acres per year I'm going to be planting times the yield per acre, and how much I increase the yield by times the number of acres that I have. So this times this and this times this will be the rate of change in the production. And so what is the value of C prime of 0? And what does it measure? It measures the change in the total production. And A prime of T is 600 acres per year times the yield, which is 170 bushels per acre, and so I get a rate of production of 600 times 170 more bushels per year from this factor, the factor of changing the number of acres at that yield. Plus, I also get the change from increasing the number of bushels per acre per year. So that's 8 bushels per acre per year times the number of acres I have, 7,000 acres. So this is how many acres I have, and this is how much more per acre I'm going to get. So this will be an increase in bushels per year. You'll see that happen when I take the acres, cancel here, and I get bushels per year and bushels per year. And this is 7,000 times 8, which is 56,000 bushels per year. And this is, resort to my calculator for 600 times 170, 102,200. And that also has this unit, so we're adding. So because we increase the number of acres, we get this many more bushels. And because we increase the yield per acre, we get this many more bushels. So our total increase, change in the total production, is 102,000 plus 56,000, which is 158,000 bushels per year. That's increase per year. Change in the total production. Based on the information, estimate for how much we're going to increase next year, C1 instead of C0. So we're going to do a linear approximation at at time t equals 0, and so we're going to do the change of production, 158,000 times the year or time or x, whichever you want to call it, minus 0 time plus how much we had at the current year, which we worked out to be 490,000 bushels. So we had 490,000 bushels. We expect to increase by 158,000 bushels per year. So if we go 1 year later, we're going to put 1 in here and get 1 times the amount it increases per year added to what we had current year. And that's what we predict for the next year, which is going to be 5, 6, 4, 8. This times 1 plus that. And if I did my arithmetic right, 648,000 bushels.